As we in the last class we discussed about the motion lesson. Okay, the next one is the force and laws of motion. In the 8th class you have studied about the force, right? What we call the force? The push or pull of an object, that is called a force, right? So we are going to study about the continued part of the force and its laws. So in the first lesson you studied about the contact force and the non-contact force. Contact force means what? The objects to be in contact with the force, that is a contact force. Example for that is nothing but the muscular force. By applying the force to the object will changes its position. That we call it as a muscular force. For example, pedaling of the cycle, lifting, these are our contact forces. The next one is a non-contact force. Non-contact forces are nothing but the object need not to be in contact with the force. So example for that is a electrostatic force, gravitational force and some more. Here in case gravitational force, what happens? The object is moving with respect to a certain force, that is called a gravitational force, but it does not in contact with the object, but it exerts the body towards its towards the object. I mean to say, we say that the earth has a gravitational force. Due to a gravitational force of the earth, all objects are present on the earth's surface. When we throw the ball, it returns back to the earth's surface because of a gravitational force. Here, the falling of the ball is pulled towards the surface of the earth. It is due to a non-contact force of the earth. These are all studied in the 8th class, right? So the continuing part of this is laws of motion. We are going to study about the 3 laws. As I told about the 3 laws in the yesterday class, they are nothing but the first law of motion, second law and the third law. So the firstly I am going to start with the force. So what is force is the push or pull of an object which causes a change in position of the object. Okay. This is what I throw the chalk force towards the earth surface. This is because of a gravitational pull towards the earth surface, right? So what happens here? The pull of the chalk is due to a earth surface causes the gravitational force. This is also an example for a force. So in everyday life we observe so many examples like lifting of the objects, hitting the ball towards the wall, and hitting of the ball on football court, and so many examples we are seeing in the day-to-day life. These are all example for a force. We are applying the force to an object which causes a change in position or a shape or a size. So we are going to study about the effect of a force in the continued part. But the force is nothing but what? Push or a pull, which causes the change in position, that is called as a force. Okay, examples are lifting of the object, hitting of the ball, then some more you have to observe in your day-to-day life. Okay. So the next is the effect of force. This effect means on applying the force to an object, what changes can be observed in that object. The first thing we can say, on applying the force to one stationary object, it will changes its position from one place to another place. That it moves from one place to another place. So we call it as a force can change a stationary object to move. This is one effect of a force. The next one is on applying force to the moving object, it will become to rest. Okay, this is the second effect of a force. If it can move the stationary object to a movement, then it can also do the moving object to become a rest. So this is the second effect of a force. Then we say that third one is on applying the force, it can changes the speed. Okay, we can control the speed of the object by applying the force. So this is the the spring changes its shape, right? Shape, no? Size. It will varies in the size of the sponge. This will causes on applying the force to the spring. The next one is a force can change the direction. As we know, when the bus is moving in a particular direction, on applying the force to change the direction of the bus, we have to apply the force. It will changes its direction. These are some effects of a force. Okay, we are observing through and applying the force to the object. In force, there are two types. They are nothing but the balanced and the unbalanced force. We are going to study them one by one. Firstly, I will start with the balanced force. What is called a balanced force? Okay. Firstly, we will explain what is balance. You know balance? We have called takdi, right? That is in English we call it as a balance. So what happens in that case? There will be equilibrium held between both of the balances, right? So same here in balance force, what happens? The force applying to an object should be balanced. That we call it as a balanced force. Okay, I will give you one example. There is one table. In that table, you have one wooden block. From one right side and then left side, there is a hook connected to a hook, and you can go. When it's just started to pull towards the left side or right side or left side, what will happen on applying the equal force? What happens by applying the equal force? There is no changing position of that wooden block, right? It will remain as it is in that same place. So when we apply the more force toward the right side, the wooden block will slightly move towards the right side. When the left side force is more, it will move towards the left side. So when the force applied is balanced, there is no motion in the object, right? So what we are saying is balanced force is the equal force is applied to that object. It will not change its position. Now it will not change its position. In balanced force, what happens? The resultant force acting on an object is 0. The overall applied force on an object is 0 in case of a balanced force. So we will going to take another example as a heavy box which is put on the earth surface. Okay. When we apply the heavy force to the box, it will not move, right? It does not change its position because it is having a heavier mass. So we have to conclude from this is the main four forces are acting on that box. The first one is a force of push. When we apply the heavy force to the box, what happens? There is no change in the position of that box because of it has a heavier mass. Second one is a frictional force. The frictional force is nothing but the opposition force offered by the object, that we call it as a frictional force. When our force is more than the frictional force, then the object will move. If the object does not moving, then we can say that the frictional force is more compared to our force. So in case of a box, what happens? The frictional force is more compared to our force. The second one is a frictional force. The third one is a gravitational force towards the earth surface. The force acting by that box is pulling towards the gravitational earth surface, hence the object does not move from its position. Okay, these are the three main forces which are acting on that box and which cannot change its position. This is the example for a balanced force. In our daily life, we observe one example. Anybody know? It is a game that is named the seesaw. There is a equilibrium held between the two children. It will be balanced. When the force of the opposite side is more, it will move upwards. When this force is more, it will move upwards. So this is an example for unbalanced force. There is no equilibrium between that seesaw. These are the so many examples we are going to observe in our day-to-day life. This is about a balanced force. The next one is the unbalanced force. As I told in the last example, in case of a seesaw, if the force applying on an object is unbalanced, then we say it as an unbalanced force. In this case, what happens? The resultant force acting on an object is not zero. Means the applied force is not zero, then we call it as an unbalanced force. We can take the same example for this unbalanced force, as that is, consider the table and put one wooden block on that table and apply the force on the right side more compared to the left side. What happens? What changes you observe? When the right side force is more, it move towards the right side. If the left side force is more, then it move towards the left side. In this case, what happens? The force on which side is more, then it move towards that case. But in opposite case, the acting force will be less. Here in this case also, what happens? There are maybe four forces acting on an object. Okay, the first one is a force of push, as I told. When the applied force is more, the object will tend to move. If the object is moving, what we say? The frictional force is less compared to our external force. Means our applying force will be more compared to the frictional force. That is the second one. Then gravitational force. In this one, what happens is in case of a gravitational force, it will remains the same, but it cannot means it cannot move out of the place. It stays on the surface of the earth. That is a pull towards the earth surface. That is a gravitational pull towards the earth surface. And the fourth one is the force of reaction. The reaction of the force means the applied opposition force offered by the object to our applying force. That causes a force of reaction. These four forces are applied on an object and from the person. This will cause us an unbalanced force. So in case of an unbalanced force, what happens? There is a changing position of the object. Either may change in the shape or maybe size, or it can change the speed of the object. The unbalanced force is the main forces that we are all moving on the earth surface. Okay. These are the difference between the balanced and the unbalanced force. In case of a balanced force, what happens? The resultant overall force is 0. In case of an unbalanced force, there is a resultant force is not equal to 0. In case of a balanced force, the applying force is more than the frictional force. In case of an unbalanced force, applying force is less than the frictional force. Okay, sorry. In case of a balanced force, what happens? The frictional force must be large than our applying force. In case of an unbalanced force, the frictional force is less compared to our force. That is in case of an unbalanced force. And in case of both the balanced and the unbalanced force, the gravitational pull towards the earth surface will be same. It will not apply any additional forces to that object, which will not move out of the earth surface. This is the gravitational pull towards the earth surface, and the force of reaction will be changes on both the cases. These are the some balanced and the unbalanced forces. You have to make notes on these balanced and the unbalanced forces. The next one is laws of motion. As I told in the first class, there are mainly three laws. The first law of motion, second law, and the third law. These three laws are mainly given by Galileo Galilei. Firstly, these laws are studied by him, and then later studied by the Newton, and concluded the laws of motion are particularly applying to all the objects on the universe. So these laws are called as Newton's laws of motion. We are going to study about the first law of motion as the inertia of motion. We will going to study about the inertia and the inertia of motion. In this one, what happens? The object is continuously moving in a particular state. So when we are applying the force to that object, it will become a rest, or the object which is in rest, it will start to moving. This is the inertia of the motion, or we can say that it is the first law of motion. Okay, we explain in the next classes. And the second law is nothing but the conservation of momentum proportional to each other. And the third law is equal and opposite forces are acting equally. These are the three main laws we are going to study in the next class.